Well, first and foremost, thank you both so much for joining me today, and congratulations on the inaugural launch of the Zelda Awards, which aims to celebrate the outstanding achievements of women in shaping comic book culture. Karla, I'd really like to start with you as the founder of the awards program. What can you share with us about the genesis of the awards and the individual, for whom they are named?
Well, thank you for having me first and foremost. And thank you, Sarah, for getting this, setting it up. And Sarah has been a blessing in all of this.
Thank you.
Um, but it started with I'm a comic book writer. I have my own comic book series. And so as I got more and more into this world, this comic book world, I've been meeting a lot of women. A lot of women writers like Sarah, letterers, artists. And then I started noticing who was winning, who was being nominated at the major comic book awards. And yes, there are women who win those awards, but the women that are winning, the percentage of women that are winning does not truly reflect how many women are actually out here doing the thing. So the Zelda Awards is really to honor the indie women in comics. Yes, there might be some, big names that might be nominated, might even win, but this award ceremony truly I want to honor the women in the indie on the indie side of things because there are thousands of us around the world trying to just tell our story. And so the Zelda Awards is named after Zelda Jackie Ormes, the first black female cartoonist in the United States. So, although we um, we're not trying to like claim that name for any reason. Zelda Jackie Ormes belongs to all of us, but we were truly inspired. I was truly inspired by her journey and reading her biography and just some of the things that she's accomplished in the 1930s, 1940s as a Black woman is truly, we call her a trailblazer. I mean, really what she did was really set the tone and open the doors for so many women, especially women of color. So that's a little bit of why I started the Zelda Awards, where the name comes from. And we're just, as you know, we have 45 as of today, we have 45 or 46 nominations that have come in, and we just launched last Saturday. So and we have like a month and a half to go. So it just shows that people are paying attention and they want to be recognized and they want to nominate people who deserve to be recognized. So it's I'm really looking forward to how this all plays out, and I'm really appreciative of the support.
Well, I love the intentionality behind the entire awards program, your desire to spotlight female creators from across the spectrum of the comics industry. It's truly remarkable. So thank you for your efforts. Sarah, I want to turn to you. As part of the awards program, there are a number of categories in which folks may nominate female creators. What can you tell us about the awards committee's process for selecting these categories, and why do you feel that they stand out from other awards?
Um, so as far as the process for selecting, um, I think it's going to be sort of looking at for the individuals, kind of looking at a range of their work. For the works for the like the graphic novel categories, it'll be kind of the strength of the work as a whole. Um, and why they stand out, I think, from other awards is I think, like Karla was saying, we really are trying to honor women in indie comics. Um, I think there have been spaces that I've been in as a woman in indie comics where I've been the only woman in the room. Um, and I think that I feel like a lot of the time it's I don't know, maybe overlooked that women should be a part of this, even though there are so many of us. We're really not hard to find. um, and to me, that's I think what's special about the Zelda Awards is that we are focusing on women in indie comics in a lot of these spaces where we really haven't been seen in the numbers that we are actually existing and working in those spaces.
Well, Carla, you spoke to this a little bit earlier in the interview, but a program as thoughtful as the Zelda Awards will always be a team effort. So, how would you describe the committee who is involved in bringing this program to life?
Well, Sarah was actually, I think she was the first person I reached out to when I thought of this. I knew I couldn't do it by myself. I knew I needed the help of other women who were just as dedicated to honoring women in this space. And when I say women, I mean all gender identities within the spectrum of womanhood. But for, just for this interview, I'm just going to say women. But she was actually the first person because Sarah, has the same, I feel like has the same work ethic as me. We
Mhm.
both love comics. We both, I think she's very kind, very thoughtful.
Thank you.
And I need someone like, she's like, how, like cold, like she's my calm, like the calm side of,
Aw.
she keeps me calm and she's very thoughtful when it comes to just the way she treats people. So I wanted her to be a part of this in some form or fashion. So she decided to become a committee member, which I'm grateful for. And then I put out a call to other women like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm just looking for 10 committee members to help with XYZ. And eventually we did start off with nine. I think there are seven of us now, eight of us now, I believe. And we've partitioned ourselves off into subcommittees. So I myself, like for example, I'm not over the nomination process. There's three of us, three of the committee members who are involved in that. I'm involved more with, promotion and marketing and things of that nature. So all of these women are involved in comics in some way. We have writers, we have artists, we have someone who actually creates like masks, like who's a writer, but her main job is to create masks for movies. So we have a really talented group of women, and they are bringing their expertise, their experience to the planning of this, and they have opened my eyes to different elements and aspects that I didn't even think of. So they're really helping me shape this into something really special.
Excellent. Well, amidst the many challenges facing our community this year, we here at Fanbase Press are focusing on the idea of building your community to really navigate a collective path forward. How do you feel that your work with the Zelda Awards may help creative professionals to find a sense of community and belonging? And I'll open that up to either one of you.
You want to go ahead, Sarah, or I
Oh,
can.
sure. Um, I feel like a lot of it is spotlighting the women who are honored by the awards. Um, I think helps other women creators see that there are women doing this work when it might not always feel. I think maybe especially creative work can feel um, isolating at times, and comics you do work with other creators a lot, so you do get to connect, but then a lot of the time you're at your desk by yourself. Um, and I think also just highlighting the work that we are doing helps us get to know each other, and maybe someone will um, see one of the works that receives an award and be inspired by it and reach out to the creators. Um, so I think it kind of builds community by recognizing people in community and by kind of creating an opportunity for creators to see the work that each other is doing and connect around that.
Carla, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, Sarah put it, um, expressed it beautifully. And I also would like to add that there are a few creators in the mainstream space that are looking for community. I've talked to a few women that are working for some of the bigger publishers, and they say they're on an island. And so my thing is sometimes people need to see the community for them to just be encouraged and motivated to keep going. Um, and also to that point is and now that I see that there are so many people getting, nominating themselves or other people, like Sarah said, like, wow, I didn't know she does this. I didn't know she did that. I don't, and it helps you put it it opens up the doors to network and work with new people, new creators, and not just the same ones you might be comfortable with or working with. And my goal is hopefully, the larger publishers will see these names, the nominees and the winners, and they will reach out and say, "Hey, I like your work. I saw your work on the Zelda Awards. Would you like to work on this project?" Because let's at the end of the day, we all need money to put food on our table. So if that money comes from this indie project over here or this, mainstream project over here, so be it, you know?
Absolutely. Well, for all of the creative professionals out there and fans alike who would like to lend their support or resources to the Zelda Awards, is there anything that you would recommend either to help this year or looking ahead towards next year?
So we need a lot of help and support. I was actually in the middle of making our next announcement to announce our third sponsor. It will be Fabulous Magazine. And it's led by a woman who, loves to talk about women things. So, of course, the biggest thing we need is shared visibility. We need people to know about the awards. So if you're listening to this and you don't may not necessarily be in a position to give monetarily, you can give us your platform, meaning, hey, let's collab on a post so this award show can be shown to your thousands of followers. So that's one way you can sponsor. Another way you can sponsor is actually contributing towards the show. So, maybe gifts for the winners, or even in our long-term goal is to give grants to the winners. That is our long-term goal. So the sponsorship can be monetary, but if not, shared visibility, donating some products or services. One of our biggest sponsors, Comics Wellspring, and Comics Wellspring is helping us with the anthology that we're creating. And also they're doing a few other items as well. So it doesn't have to be monetary. It can be whatever products and services that you feel align with our mission, which is to honor the women in comics, and then keeping their work moving forward.
Well, outside of the Zelda Awards, you are both prolific creators, which I want to acknowledge and offer space to both of you to share any other projects, again, outside of the Zelda Awards, whether past or current, that you would like to highlight for our viewers. Sarah, why don't we start with you?
Sure. My longest running series is a modern fantasy called No Spell Lasts Forever. It's a six-issue series. We've got issue 5 coming out shortly after the first of the year. The artist is Easy to Savino, and he is super talented. So that'll be coming to Kickstarter in early 2026. And I'm also in the process of working on a project for Summit Comics that I'm very excited about. And I have a Miraculous Ladybug short in a Paper Cuts anthology, and Miraculous Chibi anthology that came out earlier this month. You can order that through the Paper Cuts site. I think those are the main things that I'm working on.
Excellent, excellent. And Carla, what about you?
So I like to piggyback off of Sarah. I'm also working with Summit Comics. I am writing for one of their main characters, Juna. So her story will be out early half of next year. So that's really exciting. And so me and Sarah we're some
Yeah,
partners, girl.
we are.
Everything, everything you do, I'm gonna do. Everything I do, you gonna do. Um, Also, I have launched Black Girl Comics, which is my publishing company. So I'm working on the first launches. My goal is to hopefully have the pre-order website out by Black Friday. That is my goal. That way people can go to the Black Girl Comics website and pre-order some comic books, you know. And Black Girl Comics is spelled BLQ Girl Comics. And our mission is to elevate the brown and Black girl joy through narratives. So so that's what I'm doing besides the Zelda Awards.
You're both keeping exceedingly busy. It's amazing. And finally, for folks who are watching this, we will, of course, have in the show notes how you can access the website to nominate either yourself or another creator for the Zelda Awards. But for folks who want to learn more information, what is the best way to find you, either through a website or social media?
The best way to keep up with what we're doing is on Instagram, and you can find us at the Zelda Awards. So that's the best way. And through our bio, you can click on the link, and then you can find the nomination form.
Fantastic. Well, Karla, Sarah, great to chat with you both. Thank you so much for the incredible work that you're doing to spotlight female creators throughout the comics industry. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
Great.